Yeah, this is Black Lodge Trivia Night taking a look at Dark Souls 2. We've been doing sort of a I've been doing sort of a weird cage match where I play a level through Dark Souls 2 and then I go take a look at the same level in Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin. Now, a lot of the playthrough is up right now on our YouTube channel. Just search Black Lodge Trivia Night. Just in case anybody's new to this, I might sort of repeat stuff you might already know if you've been watching. But we're actually a little bit ahead of, on the YouTube channel, we're a couple of areas behind here. So this is vanilla. We are at the Dragon Aerie, so we're getting late in the game. And we are sort of trying to figure our way out. So just saw a ghost climb a ladder in... Is this vanilla? I think in Scholar that ladder starts down, or maybe there's a reason why it's down, but it's not down yet. So I think it's going to end up being one of those like loop back shortcuts. If you know anything about one sec. Getting a few things arranged on my desktop. It's been a while since I streamed, so I'm just trying to get it all set up so that it's easy for me to see what's going on. Yeah, so if you know anything about me, you know that, and the channel, Matt and I both love Souls. My dirty little secret is that I'm actually terrible at it. Matt's good. I've watched him play like Dark Souls 3, and he kicks ass. I do not at all in any way. But somehow, even with all my incompetence, I've managed to get this far. So I'm not sure what that says, but I find it, I like to believe it's a failure on the game's part to allow an idiot like me to get this far into the game. So if you haven't been, following along, that's fine. I'm not sure how many people might jump in on this, but I came to Dark Souls 2 a long time ago, and for the people who watch on YouTube, I apologize. This is a little bit of a repeat. I think that's where my... Oh. I think the last time I died up there. There's a sort of a dragon fight. You can drop down into the ground. Anyway, none of that matters. Just to give a quick recap, I played Dark Souls 2 on release. I did not care for it at all. I played... Nope. Played Scholar of the First Sin at some point. But it gets a little weird. Oh, see, I screwed that up again. It gets a little weird because you had vanilla, and then you had the DLC come out. I don't know if it was piecemeal. I think it might have been piecemeal. And that's how I played the game. I had vanilla. Then when the DLC was available, I bought the DLC. Not sure where to go when he does that. Oh, that's frustrating. Anyway, I bought the DLC. I played the DLC. Didn't care for big chunks of it because I didn't care for the base game, and was glad when it was all done. I don't even know if I beat all of the DLC. I think I did a couple of them, and that was it. I think I dabbled in all three of them because I remember the visuals that I've seen, but I have not beaten all three. And I think when it comes to this, I was sort of thinking about this recently. I think I might not... I don't want to promise anything either way, but I'm leaning towards not doing the DLC here because a lot of what I'm doing here is just sort of saying, hey, everybody knows the two versions of the game are different. I sort of get into how. as I play through it and sort of react to what I'm seeing that's different. There's not going to be really any difference in the DLC. You know, the DLC is the DLC. The differences were made in response to cleaning up the original game when sort of the full package was released. So nope. Doesn't seem to do any damage, but I'm wondering if it's like degrading my equipment, if that's the real cost there. Let's see. Pride requires that I take this dragon out. Oh, pride really requires that I kill that little thing. Nope. I don't know why these things are so elusive. There we go. These dragons are not particularly tough. What throws me off is when they take off high in the air, they sort of just blanket everything with fire. Whoops, I didn't get around to the other leg far enough. And so I have trouble with that. If you followed any of the playthroughs, then you know that I still load Calamite. So I know my way around a dragon fight, I guess, but I just don't. I'm pretty close. Let me get greedy, take it out. I just don't know what to do when it goes airborne. And I think that's going to prove... There's like an optional dragon tooth. Oh, that's a giant melee weapon, I think. There's like an optional dragon up. Oop, let me get you. Nope. I don't need Titanite shards. What I need at the moment is... Twinkling Titanite to get my Black Knight Halberd all the way up. I'm not sure how short I am at the moment, but that's what I need to do. Anyway. There's an optional dragon fight, I think. I think it's optional. I'm hoping it's optional up there. And I think that's sort of the complaint that a lot of people have, is that it just sort of takes off, sort of napalms the whole area, and you're sort of stuck, like, wondering what to do. Where does this go? This isn't just some big loop, is it? Might be. So I guess the... Well, is there something up there? I was going to say, I guess the hole in the floor is more of an environmental hazard than a way to find a secret somewhere. Let's double check, though. Okay. Good enough. I think I've been... Have I been up top? I don't think I have. Let me see one thing real quick. Sorry, I feel like, you know, again, I don't stream very often, so I feel like I need to... I just need to double check everything just so I'm sure of what's going on here. Okay. Cool. Good enough. All right. I think I... Whoop, nope. It's just, yeah, it's been a little while, so I apologize. I'm a little rusty. Let's get that going. Let's get that going. Okay, so now I think I've got what I need. Okay, cool. Okay, so we've cleared that. Let's start making our way wherever's next. One of the things I'm most paranoid about in these games is that I miss something, and this game has a really good way to indicate that you've missed a lot. When you sort of warp between bonfires, it gives you a list of bonfires, and there are certain areas like Dragon Lake Castle where it's just like, I got the first bonfire, I got the last bonfire, but there's spaces for 2 more and just sort of blank at the moment. There's 1 or 2 places like that, so I'm a little concerned about my thoroughness, but that's okay. I wonder what that... I mean, it can't be good rolling through that stuff, right? Let's see if this is enough to take it out. Nope. So usually the way I approach these things is... Oops, I guess it's on. You know, I just do my best to get to the next bonfire. I don't claim to be good at these games, but it started off trying to prove that if somebody like me could get through these games, just about anybody could. And I don't mean that in the sense that I'm not an expert by any stretch, but I have a lot of hours in these games. So obviously, you know, some practice. Can't tell. What I actually appreciated the first time I played this game is that these fights were not crazy hard. I wonder how many Twinkling Titanites I have at the moment. Let's take a look. 3. I think I need 4 or 5, so getting there. And I guess if I had gotten that last crystal lizard, I might have pulled it off, but oh well. That was not worth it, that plunge attack. It did a lot of... Yep, there we go. I'm not even sure where I am, to be honest with you. Anyway, I feel like you know, the things we've done with Souls have, how do I get up there? Probably zip lines. The things we've done with Souls have gotten a, you know, a number of looks at the channel, so I appreciate the people that have checked that out. You know, as I say at the end of every, you know, one of these longer form ones, obviously the point of the channel is not necessarily Souls. You know, mainly we do tabletop actual plays. So, and we just dropped another one today for our first session of Cyberpunk. Whoa. Cyberpunk Red. That's going to get away from me. We did session 0. That might have been before the holidays, and then things got crazy. Drop session 1 today. This is going to be interesting to see when session 2 comes out. Not to get too much into the weeds of mixed metaphors, how the sausage is made. But we'll have to see how it goes. It's one thing I've said at one point playing these games is that even though sometimes I lose my shit when I get my ass kicked, a lot of the time I find the moment-to-moment gameplay relaxing. I guess I took this guy out. Oh yeah, I did take this one out, yeah. Nope. And that was my chance, because now it's going to jump off a ledge. Yeah, I find the gameplay loop of this kind of relaxing, and it's partly why I don't think I'll... Matt's a big fan of... I think he's a big fan of Sekiro so far when he streamed it here on Twitch, and I think, I know he's a fan of Bloodborne. Totally missed. Gonna get killed here. But like Bloodborne and it looks like Sekiro from what I've played of what I've watched of Matt's streams, I don't think I'd get the same relaxing gameplay loop from it. They're high intensity. They dictate how you approach the game more than the Souls series does. The Souls proper series. Nope. Locked into a swing animation when I saw the foot coming down. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. And that'll do it. Not sure when the right moment is to take a swig there. Nervous my desktop audio is too loud. Let me turn that down a little bit from... I apologize. Yeah, hopefully that's a little better. It's tough because this is a noisy area. I'll have to pay attention to that on what is it at? Let me just mark, because this is going to go up on YouTube, so I got to make sure at some point I mark down where the volume change happens so I can make sure it's all taken care of in post, so to speak. So yeah, that makes come on. That makes it tricky for me to think about playing Bloodborne. Wow, I'm just going to look at you while you disappear. God damn it. Those things are the bane of my existence. I made a short of trying to kill a crystal lizard, and it did not go... An example of it, one not going well, right in front of Drang Lake Castle. And it's kind of nuts. How bad at that particular thing I am. Now, some people, charitably said in the comments, some Dark Souls 2 jank going on right there, and I appreciate that. Dark Souls 2 does very definitely have jank. 100%. And I've mentioned it before in other videos. Like, it's got specific ways the movement is weird compared to other Souls games. That overhead chop seems to overshoot the target a little bit, so that's why I was sort of inching back a quick second before I took the next swing, but maybe that timing was the difference. I'm not sure. I'm actually more interested in that potential twinkling Titanite than can't really see what's going on. Taint cam on the dragon makes it a tough fight. What I've said in probably, I'm definitely at this point in my original run. Oh, that was on me. I was ready for this game to be over. That's gonna kill me. Actually, I thought his head was going to come around and bite me. I thought I was at the right range for that. But, this dragon's not any different than the other ones. I'm not quite sure why this one's stumping me so much. But at least it's giving me a reason to go back and get all those sweet, sweet crystal lizards. In fact, no. Only 3, huh? Got 6 Titanite slabs. Not sure what to do. I guess shields, armor, I mean, doesn't make that much of a difference, but I guess I could. Nope, and then you miss and you're done. All right. I'm sure I'll die and we'll get another chance to try it. I know it probably makes me like super lame, but I don't mind just grabbing a sword and shield and tackling Souls games that way. You know, circle strafing, trying to get backstabs, tanking when I screw everything up. I should be... I have a better shield. That's one thing, though. This is better than fire, and that's obviously key when dealing with dragons, so I should be doing that. Do I have any... Oop, nope. Let me deal with this guy first. Do I have any rings that help with fire? Because I don't need the King's Ring anymore. Or at least at the moment. Nope. At least let's get some more damage going, if nothing else. I'm sure there's rings that do negate some fire damage or something. That's just, you know, indicative of all the stuff I've missed. Alright, what do you think? Do I get it this time? My money's on no. That actually I hate. I feel like the swings, the fact that like I can only take sweeps at knee height, that feels artificial. I can see the argument that the overhead chop, like, you know, you're not gonna... There's gonna be a gap, right? Is there no plunge attack in this? I could have swore there was. Strong opening. It's the fucking worst at this. Nope. There we go. Well, I guess it worked, but it's pretty sloppy. Let's see what we get. Petrified Dragon Bone. No. Nope, wrong one. Nice. That might be enough to take care of business on the halberd, but I don't recall. The halberds between the two versions are not equal. I think on one I've got it almost maxed out. On another it's like a notch or two worse. Okay. Oh, is this the same? This guy was trying to invade, or did invade, an Aldia's keep. I need to get out of the way here. And I managed to just avoid him, because I didn't want to deal with that black magic. Or dark magic, whatever it's called in this. And partly because while you're trying to deal with him, you're also dealing with like 2 or 3 ogres. So that was the other reason. I didn't want to have to contend with all 3 things at once. So I've gone on record saying a number of times that games with zip lines are automatically awesome. This game has zip lines, therefore on some level I have to give it its due for being awesome to a degree. I think I'm going to take that zip line. Hopefully it's, I don't know what it's going to do, but let's give it a shot. The zip lines that we've encountered so far, there was one in, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's where the Ornifex or whatever bird is that you can trade weapons for. Let's head up just to be... Yeah, this is the ladder. That's what I was curious about. Was this the ladder? But they were like 1.5 feet long. There's almost no point to... Twinkling Titanite, nice. But now, where do I go? The last Homer Bone. Okay. Since we've got that Homer bone, let's travel, see what we can upgrade. Okay, we gotta be able to get something on that. There we go. Okay.
I'll be around.
I don't think we have enough souls to gain a level, but let me see if I've picked up any... let's just burn what we have, right? So what I've been doing now is, for a while I was like, oh, let me bump up intelligence and do Sacred Chime Hammer. But then I was like, I actually respect in Scholar and was like, oh, it's okay. So now I'm back to getting my Vigor and Endurance up because I've already got Strength up to 40. Got Dexterity up to 26 for the Halberd, which is good for now. I respect because my intelligence, as you can see, is garbage. And I figured, why not give the Sacred Chime Hammer a shot? And I don't know, it definitely does a lot of damage two-handed, and if I were an Unga Bunga player, like I think if Matt ever gave this game a try and he got that, I think he would really excel at it because he's better a player than I am at this, and he's more accustomed to doing like a two-handed giant weapon, no shield. So, oh, but you can see here, like Dragon Lake Castle, like there's the first one, and then somewhere I missed two, and then I got here. So, not sure how that works. I think I know where Aldia's Keep, where that second one is, and I just missed it. I think it's hidden in a secret area. But, oh well. I don't know if I remember where it is, the secret area that gets you like halfway down the hall. So it's, well, you know, that's something because like the other one puts you outside the whole building. So I guess starting halfway down the hall is an improvement now that I actually think about it. Okay, so from here, what can we do? Oh, nice. Okay. So I guess there's no... I mean, again, not that I've covered everything, but I feel like next step is the castle. Oh, yeah, Dragon Shrine, I should say. Usually I answer yes. I wasn't entirely paying attention. Usually he comes out a little bigger than that, but that's okay. So, again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest. And we're going to jump over to Scholar and advance to the same bonfire. So we'll be back in just a sec. Okay, so there we go. Let's get back into it. We're going to give that same opening area a shot in Scholar and see what's what. Most of the time, there's not huge differences, but there are differences at almost every single step of the way. Sometimes they don't really amount to much. Sometimes I've described it as being like, change for change's sake, and I'm not quite sure why. Like, for instance, here, this actually isn't a small change, right? Like, they give you the ladder right off the bat. Makes me wonder, does it go somewhere different? Like, did they change the zip lines? Or do they just let you zip right to the end for some reason? And I don't quite get it, but that's okay. Okay, well, let's give this a power. I did a little bit of this last time, but I'm not 100% sure how far I got. So this will be a little bit of a surprise to me to see, did I clear anything? Did I not clear anything? Now it looks like a fragrant branch of your kind of thing going on here. And this is something, I only have one left, I think. So that's, okay, so that's the thing. So they gate all of the dragon fights. They let you skip to the end if you want. There's more of this going on. So yeah, they'll let you skip the dragon fights. I mean, sorry, they put a cost on doing the dragon fights and getting all the materials and all the lizards. And they just let you go straight to the end if you so choose. Oops. There's a lot more invaders in Scholar. I don't recognize a lot of the names. Ugh. There you go. And also, I don't think you need to be like in full human form to get invaded. Although Fencer Sharon, I mean, that seems like an NPC kind of name, but I couldn't really tell you. So I don't know what to make of that choice from a game playing standpoint. Like, why let you skip all this? Or why, if you don't have the resource, you have to skip all this, right? Another big difference, if you haven't been following this, is that Scholar of the First Sin is much stingier with life gems. In vanilla, there's a merchant that basically parks herself. Oh, parks herself in Majula. I think that's it because I missed. Nope, I got it. Nice. All right. Again, you could maybe I can't recall, but this place wasn't teeming with side creatures you had to worry about. It was just the dragon. And then we do the Johnny sweep the legs. Oh, come on. Okay. Yeah, if you're curious, I tend to repeat myself a lot, but if you end up checking these out on YouTube at any point, there's one episode where I put in the show notes a video that had a really lengthy breakdown of. I mean, unfortunately, it's kind of like why Dark Souls 2 sucks is kind of the phrasing of it, but it did do a lot of looks at like how movement and stuff worked and hitboxes, and I feel like it had a few legitimate things to say about the jank of, for lack of a better word, of Dark Souls 2. It's okay, and I can deal with this guy hopefully, or not. No, I'm not saying that's what happened with that dragon leg, but or whatever killed me that time, the tail. Titanite slab. Um but it does get frustrating. Says the guy who also said, like, I find this stuff relaxing. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So I don't have any armor. Nope. Sitting there going like getting a little motion sick or something. You're not alone. It's very flame quartz ring. Okay, maybe that could help, right? Let me double check. Is that what I'm looking for? Chloranthy ring, binding, soldier's ring. What does that one do? Maximum load. I actually might need that. This one I might be able to deal without. Gower's ring of protection. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Fire defense. Okay, let's take that. But also, how far am I going to go on this without armor? My fear is that what I should do is I should backtrack, get my armor repaired. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Everything. And rings are expensive. I think I have to go back because are you still. Holy God, I'm going to die from that. Oh, man. You know what? I need to pause for 1 second, then I'll be right back. All right, so I am back. I realized I probably had the game audio muted for a while there because, again, I don't do this very often and I screw everything up. I think I'm one of them. I think I had my mic muted for a while. That's not going to be enough. That will. Okay, so let's go repair everything before I... Although it's stupid because I'm probably going to just get it all destroyed again. But we'll see. So yeah, in the last one... What did I do? I was in Aldia's Keep. Not going to remember what I was going to say. Somewhere I was going with that, and then I lost it. I don't think I have anything here worth doing at the moment. I guess I could do that, but what's the halberd at? Or did I already max that one out in this one? Might have already maxed it out. One of the things I was contemplating is you can see here, I mentioned this in, it's not worth it.
I'll be around if you make it back.
I guess just so it doesn't go to waste, let me get a level maybe. So you're going to see in this one, my intelligence is way up. And not way up, it's 12, but it was a 3 at the cost of the other stuff. So I need to... Part of me is thinking I should just respec and drop that back down to 3 and put those back where they belong, since I'm not really going to use the sacred chime hammer anymore. But who knows? Okay, so one dragon down. I have to be a lot more careful about those exploding guys. So I might have a maxed out Black Knight Halberd here, but the trick is that nope, I'm just a bit more comfortable with the the bastard sword. I'm surprised that didn't go. Nope. It's gonna run off a cliff maybe? Can I get to it in time and still have a swing? Nope. Okay. Alright, so one thing I know that's going to happen here is I'm about to get ambushed by about 30 guys. So let's see if we can lure them back across. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, it's better than last time at least. Although I never dealt with going across that way. Well, let's keep going this way. Got 2 guys there. Minimum. So, I mean, obviously you can see. Whether you care or not, it's tough to say. But, very different. I will say this. You know, I've said it multiple times during this Dark Souls 2 run. Like, equipment breakage, I feel like is something that most players can't stand. So I do find it interesting that this game like doubles down on it. Again, all very new. I don't think I've ever seen that enemy before. Maybe it's something that comes from the Dragon Shrine. He's going to jump off a cliff. I'm not careful. This guy's going to go off a cliff as well, so maybe I can angle it a little bit this way. Nope. There we go. Did I completely miss this path? Every time it just went off a cliff and I just was like, eh. Oh, get out of here. How am I doing on Homer? Oh, I can't do it when I'm being invaded. Not sure where a good place. So, trying to figure out a good spot. Like, I don't want to. Oh, he's just gonna karate bitch slap me, and I'm just gonna swing the wrong way. Can I knock him off the ledge? Go off the ledge. There we go. Nope. Can't catch a break. There we go. You know what? Don't worry. You've already killed all my equipment, so. Okay. So if you're here, are you stuck? You might be, so I might have to homeward bone anyway. So let me do that now, and at least I can repair everything and have a fighting shot. But it's going to be a little tedious. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe other people love equipment breakage, and I'm the crazy one. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think I'm crazy. Sometimes I'm tempted to reinforce the crap out of a club and just see what it gets to, but okay. It's a lot of souls to be walking around with because I'm probably going to lose them, but I don't think it's enough for another level. I have the material for one more respec, so I wasn't in a rush to take away the chime hammer, but I am tempted. The halberd would do more damage, but I'm nervous that when I round a corner like that, I would miss the swing because it's an overhead downward chop. What do you think? Do I get it this time? Almost. There we go. Nope. Get out of there. Nope. Not a good start. Yeah, you know what I can do? You know, I collect consumables the whole game and I never use them, so why not use them? Now you might be seeing I'm 10 Estus here, 11 in vanilla. I'm not sure if I missed one along the way, and because usually there's been decent parity. So my instinct is to think that somewhere I missed one. I'm also tempted to human effigy it up a little bit because of the amount of HP I'm down. Can't tell. Last time, did I get chased by guys that knocked out my armor? Nope. I wonder... Big thing in Dark Souls 1 is chopping the tails off of everything. Is there any enemies in Dark Souls 2 you can chop the tails off of? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's on me. I got greedy. I will say it's discombobulating fighting the dragons. Oh, sir, hello. I'm not gonna get you, but nope. All right, so I think I've dealt with the 2 invaders. I feel like I've... Obviously, there's a couple of dragons I still haven't dealt with, but... Let me just make sure there's no more of those guys lurking around. Looks like there is, right? Seeing him on the other side of that dragon. Okay. So it's kind of tough to, obviously, if you follow the channel, I did Dark Souls 1 before I did Dark Souls 2. And there's like the drakes on the bridge. But the main dragon that you fight that I can recall is Calamite, right? Nope. And Calamite, that's a really fun fight. And so I think they set the they set the bar pretty high as far as dragon fights go. Okay, so I feel like I've done most of the area to get to the next bonfire, right? So if I were to do this in the future, I could feel comfortable just sort of ziplining through most of it. I know there's a bunch of crystal lizards and blah, blah, blah. I'm wondering if this is sort of like a masked loading screen. There we go. This guy's going to explode. Maybe this time I'll pay attention to the... Yeah, so I do mean to say yes to that. So I'm not going to lie, I thought Aldi was trying to turn himself into a dragon or something. Okay, let's quickly spend these souls, just because with my luck I'll walk 10 feet and get wrecked. But yeah, so, Calamite is kind of setting the bar pretty high, right? And honestly, I really don't remember Dark Souls 3 that well. There must be dragon fights in there somewhere, right? Elden Ring, I thought, did dragon fights. I thought they were great. I thought it was really fun. I think the addition of Torrent to ride around while you fight the dragon was something I was skeptical of at first, but turned out to be a great addition. This one, I don't know how to put it, but I feel like this one makes dragons annoying or boring. Yeah, for whatever it's worth, I feel like that's what it does. And yeah, I don't know. Like every single one of those dragon fights there was lame and a little janky given the woof. That's a face for you, huh? It just wasn't terribly fun. And then there's one in the DLC which is just infuriating. I hated it. And because it has a lot of equipment, again, doubling down on equipment breakage, I think. Maybe it's just because I'm terrible at the fight and it took too long, but I would go through like 4 weapons. I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump back over to vanilla and then we'll proceed and again just sort of keep this overwrought cage match going. So yeah, I'll be back in 1 sec. Okay, so yeah, again, as I said, vanilla Dark Souls, and we're gonna. Oh, that might be how I messed it up last time accidentally. Okay, there we go. Yeah, now we're gonna give the next segment of the drag. Well, I guess yeah, it goes from Dragon Aerie to Dragon Shrine. In my mind, they're all the same. Usually I break these sections up by levels. Like when you see a new title card, I tend to be like, okay, that's it for this one. But I feel like this is sort of the same. To make it all one. Okay, it's going to end up being like a 4-hour video or something, but. So what I'm going to do, don't know if it's worth it, but I'm going to switch to a strike weapon. Because they seem to be pretty heavily armored. I don't know if it actually matters. Definitely don't have the weapon reach with this weapon that I do with the bastard sword, but that's okay. So yeah, again, usually if you've been sort of following any of these, the thing I usually notice is, I wonder what this does. I have a couple to burn. It's probably stupid, but let's see what it does. Usually Scholar is definitely the harder version. Usually they have... Alright. A lot of tights of judgment. You know what? You don't get to just say tights of judgment and not have me throw on the tights of judgment. Oh, I haven't leveled up my armor at all. That's a problem. Come on, where are you? You know what? They live up to their name. They're pretty judgy. Pantaloony. They got a little bit of that vibe going. But please, this is a serious Dark Souls run. We can't just run around in frivolous pantaloons. Okay. Back to my +2 garbage. Yeah, I feel like I need to get that up. Okay. Hearing spell casting going on. There it is. Oof. Whoa. You know what? Whoa. Oh, that's bad. Getting greedy. It's going to cost me if I don't. Nope. Get that swing off. And I did not get that swing off. All right. I'm wondering if I can bow and arrow. That caster, maybe? Oh, no. It's not. Yeah, it's up there, right? Well, whatever. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. There he is. Is that actually going to get down here? Really? Okay, well. Okay, let's take care of this guy first then. Was he actually able to? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just curious. Let's take a look at that. Technically, I can wield it. I wonder what's up with the shield. Okay, it's a little better at everything except for fire. The weight's a little worse, but it'll still be. Poise is going to be way down, but that's because I've bumped this one up. Electricity is sort of what I'm dealing with, I think. Well, let's take a look at it. I mean, it looks cool enough, I guess. I can still fast roll, even though I understand that that's not quite how it works. I know the adaptability is a big part of it. And even though you're fast rolling for the animation, it might not get that hit off. Come on. There we go. Okay, so where'd that spell come from? Oh, I see. Okay, okay. I think both of them are mimics or just one. So I think it's trying to tell me that one on the right is a mimic. Tiny Night Slaps. In Scholar, they've been a lot more generous with that. Okay, give it a little space because it tends to... The washing pole. Did I... Somewhere I found one of those. I think it's like a giant katana. It's kind of crazy how the sword guys are slow. These guys wielding even bigger things just fling them around like it's nobody's business. Nope, way too early. I'll take that if I can get the 2 shots in. There we go. All right, let me just make sure. Just make sure where this goes really quickly. Is this where I just came from with the chests? It might be. Yeah, okay. I'm both trying to be thorough and fully aware that I miss a ton of things. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. All right. 3rd dragon ring. Don't know what that means. I don't know where to fight this thing. So I'm going to try and tackle it here while I have a little bit of an open arena until I see what it does. Nope, slow rolling. That's not good. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. So my worry about switching to the halberd is it's got a slow wind up. The advantage is it's got some real reach. Nope. That looks a little Chaos Bladey from... Oh, that's bad. From Dark Souls 1. If I'm remembering my Dark Souls 1 weapons right, I think it sort of ends up looking like that. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to effigy up, though. Nope. Well, first I'm going to spastically press buttons like I'm a speedrunner, but getting it all wrong. And now let me just quickly... Just because I'm starting to take such a ding on my health there, so... Nope. I don't know, what do people think? Is it cheesy to just run by everything? Not deal with them? Make sure. Nope. I was going to say make sure I'm still fast rolling. I'm not. There we go. All right, let's see how it goes. Now, the nice thing about, I was saying this in NPCs in Dark Souls 2 get stun locked a lot easier, or whatever the word is. So you can see there, just by, hitting them, it sort of got jammed up, and that was it. Which you can't do with the Black Knight Halberd, right? Swing's too slow. Maybe if you two-handed it. I'm not super familiar with the moveset if you two-hand it, but... Launch Dragon Parma. That's probably a shield, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look. All right, shield decorated by intertwined dragons. Sure. Bearer of the shield will be blessed by great fortune in battle. I wonder if that helps item discovery. The stats aren't terrible. It's definitely low weight. Again, I don't go for shields that don't have 100% physical damage reduction. That's the main thing. So where am I trying to go to next? I guess probably past that guy. Okay, that's a sorcery, I believe, that probably won't need. There's somewhere to go over here? Yeah, there's a door. Nope. There we go. So I think that's not a word. I think what the trick is that I'll try is see, now that I've sort of covered everything, when I get to that point, I might see if I can lure them one way and hope they're too slow to catch up and just go for the door. There's something over there maybe I'm missing? I'm not sure where that staircase goes. Really? Okay. Oh, okay. Probably just goes there, and I drop down there anyway, so... Okay. So I don't think I'm missing, a critical path. I think I would have ended up in the same spot. Now the question is... Can I just pull this guy? Gotta be careful. I can't go too far down the stairs. Here's a question. Do I just fight him? Nothing. I don't believe those doors are going to stay open, but bit of the stairs of going up. Nope. And Orlando. Got the two giant. Nope. But I'm gonna get caught in there. You know, like the stairs leading up to the front door of Anne Orlando. You got to deal with the giants. They're slower though. I guess you could make the argument. The reason why the mace guy and those two, they're going faster. You know, it didn't even occur to me until just a second ago. Is that they're two-handing their weapons. You know, the guy with the shield's only one-handing it, so of course he's going to be slower. Although it does seem like there's faster, and then there's like I took all the amphetamines fast, which is what they're feels more like. No, that door's not open still. Okay. Just have to get through that door. There we go. Those guys have the appearance of like the Silver Knights. There's more. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. And that's the dragon up there, I think, on that platform. So the question is, if I just run by everybody, am I going to have a whole train as I go? I don't even know what you do to that. I mean, I assume you talk to it at some point, or is it just a straight fight? I thought it was optional. Ugh. I guess the other option is I get good, but who's got the time for that? Or, if you know my motto, bows and bullshit, maybe there's a way to kite some and then use like doorways or something to prevent them from... Oh, there's a... I didn't realize there's a chest over there. I might actually have to deal with that. Okay, Twinkling Titanite. That could be useful if I... Because again, I lose track of which... Oh, I've run up here a couple times already, and I guess I just never turned around. Because I don't know which... which Black Knight halberd is at what level, so that's good. Got 12 arrows. That's trash. Okay, well, let's see what I can do. Wait, I don't need to worry about these. It's the staircase past them. That's the trick. Either way, that's not enough arrows. That's what I'm starting to put together here. Nope, get off the ledge. Okay, so what am I going to do with this? So there's the bow, and then there's the bullshit. The bullshit is, can I use that door to keep them honest? Even if it's only getting a shot at them. Now, one thing the Giants were really bad at in Anne Orlando the height difference on the stairs really threw them. But you wanted to be below them. Me being higher than it's not helping my cause. And of course, you're seeing I've got like 50 again, because I was talking about it earlier, I think. The merchant that sells life gems exists in this one. It does not. In another one, I've seen people online say basically just level up every time, and then when you're done leveling up, spend what's left on life gems, and suddenly you'll find you're swimming in them. Took all my stamina. Okay. Can I separate these guys out? I'm curious about the. My fear is that these guys are gonna kick my ass because they're gonna be fast. They can be staggered after 2 hits. That's good to know. Now, I forget what was at the top. It was 2 more of the giants, right? Oh, with the shield. There's at least one with a shield. No, don't need to get greedy, I guess. Oh, this guy is power stancing or something. Okay. Let's see what the last step was. Definitely. Okay, yeah, it's. Yeah, these guys are tricky because even though they one hand, they're still fast. Now, how far can I take these guys before they're like, nah? Basically, what I'm looking for the second one to stop. I'm looking for one of them to stop. I don't care which one stops. What happens if I just go for it? Oh, right. There's still one more. No, don't. Nope, that was a mistake. Nope. Now I pressed the swing button there. It didn't register, I guess. No. Fancy. Really? Oh, thank God. All right. Nope, nope. Hmm. Probably don't need to fight this guy, but... All right. Whoops. Fall off. There you go. Thank you. It's not pretty, but it works. Nope. I don't think that's where I wanted to go, but let's see. Feels like I'm going way too high up to get to where I was trying to go, but... Yeah. Oh, but this does... Yeah. I wonder if these things are susceptible to things like poison or something. So apologies to whoever checks this out. I had this mostly cleared, and now I gotta go through it all again. There you go. Nope. Not the guy who's... A lot of tracking on that. The reality is that these things are... not that crazy. They're just intimidating at first. And I'm intimidated by them. Because I know that I'm not like an awesome Souls player. So when I see like a gauntlet like that, I'm like, oh god, this is going to be the next 2 hours of my life. But it's usually not. Nope. It's usually not that bad. Of course, not being prepared for the guy at the top was my fault. Truthfully, I thought there was an overhead third part to that. This is going to kill me. Really? Life gems are too slow, I think. I think I just got to play it cautiously, even though I... I don't know if greedy's the right word, but I took a gamble there. Hoping I timed the swing kind of right. I don't think there's anything over here. No, I think... okay. Oh, right. This guy. Isn't there like a type of chess strategy where you just sort of mirror the other guy's attacks? So when he overhead chops, I'll overhead chop. Or I'll just get lazy and start swinging at him. surprised the tracking kept up with him in that one, but all right. What did we determine last time? They both, no matter how far I went, they both came. Yeah. No, you gotta be kidding me. Oh. Can't catch a break. I'm just gonna see what's over here. Is it just a straight boss fight, or can I talk to this guy? Okay. I know this is an optional boss battle. My understanding of it is that basically it takes an hour to fight because all your weapons do 0 damage. And then he one-shots you at the end of it. With his like massive breath attack. So I'm glad it's optional. I'm not good enough to fight that guy, I don't think. But the question is though, I don't know where you go next. All right, so in my ongoing bows and bullshit, can I use the fact that he doesn't come into this door to my advantage? Oh, nice. Staggered headshot there. Yeah, seriously, never underestimate the bows and bullshit. Okay, got a little tricky there. You coming or what? I could do this all day, bro. Yeah, I didn't think so. See if it gives him the blocking bonus, even though I kneecap him. Oh, you know what? I think I can do this. There we go. Look at that. With my dignity intact. So then the question... yeah, but the thing is I don't know where to go. I get Homeward Bone. I don't think there's anything else up there. I picked up the petrified egg. I homered... I got whatever the dragon delivers. And I've got other, like, king seals that I can open. I just don't know if I was supposed to do anything else here. Nope. Totally mistimed that. Totally mistimed that too, but it didn't. I got lucky. So this is not sure what to make of this. Because I don't think I missed anything. Yeah, I mean, so maybe that's it for this path. Let me head back to Majula. Let me spend those souls. Maybe the bonfire maiden has something to say, and then I think what I might do is... Nope, guess not. I think this is where I'm going to call the live stream. So if anybody checked it out, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I'm going to... This isn't the end of the video. When it goes up on YouTube, I'll have Scholar of the First Sins part, covering that same ground, stuck onto the tail of this. It's just, it's getting late here on the East Coast. And yeah, so for the live stream part of this, I'm going to wrap it up and pick it up again soon. So... It's going to be weird to have a sign-off in the middle, but I just want to say I appreciate anybody who watched, and take care. This has been Black Lodge Trivia Night doing Scholar of the First Sin and a just vanilla Dark Souls run, seeing how they mix things up. So, take care. All right, welcome back. This is Dark Souls 2 for Black Lodge Trivia Night. We already tackled this area on Vanilla, and now we're back here on Scholar of the First Sin. And my memory of this is... this was harder. So, okay. So right off the bat, you're sort of seeing these... This guy's the same. The two guys on the side are not. And my fear seeing them standing there is we're going to get another Hyde's Tower of Flame situation where at some point all these guys are going to turn hostile, and then it turns into a 4-hour ordeal. I apologize for any weirdness with the last chunk of this. Obviously, this is recorded on a different day. Because if you were around for the last chunk, I streamed that live on Twitch. With some with some technical difficulties, because while it's not the first time I've streamed on Twitch, it had been a while. And so some of my settings weren't quite right. Thought I could roll out of the way after the first swing, but I guess maybe I was staggered. Anyway, strong opening. Feel like it's a good omen for things to come. But yeah, so I was streaming the first chunk on Twitch, and it was fun. I think Matt and I have both streamed. I don't know if Patrick... I don't think I... Did I open the chest in here? Maybe I did. Okay, I did. Yeah. Anyway. So it's something that we want there to be more of on the channel here and there when it fits, but yeah, there were definitely some technical difficulties. I was able to fix them in post. I was able to fix one of them in post here. Because this area is pretty loud, all things considered, and I didn't realize just how hot that audio was coming through. So it's interesting that they're bowing like... But now they're not. Now they're pissed. And I don't know why. So I think there are certain things that set them off, I guess. And is it because I didn't just follow the path up? Did I... Let's see if they're permanently hostile now. Because if they are, then this just went downhill fast. Okay, so they still bow. So maybe their thing is just, hey, if you're going to see the man up on the hill, we've got no issues. But if you're doing anything else, going where you're not supposed to be, oops, then we have problems. Now my fear is, can I get those souls? See, okay. It's a moot point. I can't get those souls because I got my butt kicked. Yeah, the two-handed mace guys continue to be the bane of my existence. Oops. So I was able to fix the game volume being super loud, and luckily, luckily I don't think anybody was actually watching the stream at that point. Nope. Can I just run by this guy and go up the stairs? So eventually I caught on, and so then another thing, for another chunk, there was no game audio that I was not able to fix. And I think what happened there was, and don't quote me on this, but I think at one point I had the OBS window sort of highlighted instead of the game, and I pressed like the A button, or I pressed a button, and I think it might have been like a keyboard input or something. Or I don't know why I would have muted the audio where I did. So I feel like I just wasn't paying enough attention to the 17 windows on the screen. Not that I'm looking to be like a professional streamer or anything, but I do give some guys a lot of credit. They We done? Okay. Kind of tough to get a... Just... Okay. Just like staying here all day while he never gets tired. That's part of why I hate those ones, because they're just like... Anyway. Yeah, but yeah, it's there is a lot to streaming. It's not a simple task. It's not a simple endeavor. I mean, I know like people joke like, you know, my kid wants to be a YouTube streamer, and like I get that joke, but the people who do it properly have a lot of technical savvy and know-how, and you know, have invested time and definitely money into figuring out how to do it. As somebody who has invested that time and money. Oh, whoa, 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 why are they all pissed? Why are these guys cool, but the other guy's pissed? And then now I just gotta... Okay, if that's... I don't understand. Can I go for it? A. That doesn't look good. Oh, there's more. Okay. Yeah, I don't quite... I don't understand what I did. Like, I took the normal route. Some were not upset at me. Some were. Like, do I just have to kill every single one of them even though they're not fighting me yet? Is it if I run by these guys? That guy's not a problem. The next guy, though... I don't know if you've noticed, but... it's a bit insane to get a shot in. Nope, too early, so he's just going to beat me to death. Nope, that's gonna kill me. Like, what's the attack opening there? I also want to apologize. You might hear a little tingling of the ice in my glass. I wish I could say it was something classy like scotch, but it's 8:30 in the morning, so it's definitely something classy like scotch. No, it's that. If you've seen Black Cloud Trivia Night, you know that I drink a lot of iced tea. That is my preferred source of caffeine. And I forgot to put some in the fridge last night to get cold. So I'm not drinking room temperature iced tea like some kind of animal. So I had to throw some ice in it while it cooled off. Is there a way to cheese this? 41. Not doing much damage, but I guess, you know, what do you expect for... Yeah, I mean, again, like, I am on record as saying Dark Souls AI sometimes can't work with stairs, and I'm comfortable taking advantage of that to bring the fromage. Okay, so now let's see if when I continued past here last time, some of these guys freaked out. Did they do it this time? At least I thought they freaked out. But not this time. Okay. They're still bowing to me. All right. Here they only have one guy now instead of the two. So they clearly don't want me going there. Okay, I respect that. I don't need to go there. I just need to go... Now what happens if I open the door now? So one thing I might do is I might effigy up just because I've lost a chunk of my health. Okay, still no reaction, I think. Oh, because, you know, as I said, this is happening on a different time because if you remember, So again, they're like saluting me. I was talking in the last one about being out of Homeward Bones. And... Is that like dual Chaos Blades? It's got a sort of different sheen to him. I don't know if that means anything. Pulling back to get some stamina up. I was talking about being out of Homeward Bones, but I think I was like wondering, like, what does this feather do? And I think the feather that the Black Maiden gave me acts as like a permanent Homeward Bone. I think that's what I saw it doing. So if that's true, that's helpful. but I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. Can I get behind this guy and backstab him? This is the advantage of having just a gigantic shield, right? He's bringing two-handed, I guess, power stance, chaos blade. I don't know what he's doing, but you know, the shield has the poise to take it. And I know that's why I, suck at Bloodborne or whatever, but it is a crutch I fall back on, and it's a crutch I kind of enjoy. I like being able to do both or neither. I like these guys going to attack. No. I genuinely don't understand what... Yeah, I don't get it. Okay, so we have the Ashen Mist Heart, which again is going to let us, I think, start going back into the giant memories. The interesting thing, this is an optional boss fight, right? And I think one of the interesting things about this fight, I mean, I don't know if it's that interesting, but if you kill this dragon, you get the soul of a giant. You don't get a dragon soul of any kind. And I think that's why I thought, at some point I think I was saying, like, Aldea was trying to turn himself into a giant, blah, 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 but apparently Aldea is that sort of thing that comes out of the fire, the tree that comes out of the... So there is some kind of transformation going on. I've heard that, again, like, I don't know if I've ever done that boss. I feel like I tried it, and it was a giant pain in the butt. Let me, you know what? Because I don't believe I have... Oh, I do have some homeward bones, but let me just see if I have that feather. We can try it at some point. I don't know where it would be. No. Oh, there it is. Return. Oh, yeah. So it's basically a homeward bone. I don't know if I've ever actually used it. I was never a big homeward bone guy, and it's not because there was a reason for it. It's because I'm bad at these games, and I forget half of the consumables that I possess. So I know that if I, like, head down there and do stuff, that will start these guys off. But and I'll be honest with you, I don't know if any of the items, I can't recall if I cared enough about any of the items to deal with this. Like, these guys aren't easy, so 2-on-1 these guys is definitely not easy. Yeah, I don't claim to understand. Let's travel back to Majula. And I probably have some souls I've picked up. Clearly, I don't have any boss souls. But yeah, let's spend these. Maybe that gets me a level somewhere. I don't think there's anything we have to reinforce. I remember that weapon. Good times. Again, I lose track. Does this run have like a fully upgraded? Does not. We're short 2 Twinkling Titanite. And I believe I've already bought out her supply. Where'd she go? There she is.
You've been a long way. Well,
Oh, she got one back. Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do, I need 2, so there's no points in just buying 1. So I think I'll
suit yourself.
level up. Even though what I've heard is that it's better to upgrade your weapon than to level up in terms of bonuses to damage, etc., etc. I also feel like I should go respec again and lose this, get that intelligence back down to 3, but whatever. Maybe I'll find another use for it. Yeah, but let me... I'll say on one level that feels anticlimactic. I'm just curious, like, now that I've talked to the dragon, I skipped the petrified egg, so that's one thing I'm missing by not running this thing. But I think the petrified egg, you deal with an invader, etc., etc. I think that petrified egg is purely for a covenant. I don't think you need it for the actual game. And I'm all Sunbro all the time, so I don't need... But I don't... Maybe there's another reason. I don't think you need it to beat the game, though. But I am curious, if anyone out there knows, maybe I'll post this up as a short and see if somebody responds in the comments. Do you know what the trigger is in Scholar of the First Sin to get these guys hostile? Because for the most part, they don't seem to bother me as long as I stick to a certain path, but a few of them still do. But yeah, so if you happen to know what the specific trigger is for these guys, I'd be curious to find that out. Probably also Google it, but anyway. So I think that's it for these areas, Dragon Aerie and the Shrine of the Dragons. I think we can wrap this one up, and then I think what comes next is, I think we have a few Memories of the Giants that we have to do. We can, I think that's back like in one of the opening levels. The Forest of the Fallen Giants would make sense given the name. And then I think we, from there, could do the end game. I'm still debating the DLC. Again, part of me is like, no, because it's not going to be any different. Part of me is like, no, because I really didn't like the winter level. Most people don't, though. And I don't love the Dark Souls 2 experience start to finish so much that I'm like, oh, I need more of it. So I have to figure out what to do. But otherwise, yeah, thanks again. This has been Black Lodge Trivia Night. Doing the Dark Souls 2 cage match. We got through again Dragon Aerie and Shrine of the Dragon in this chunk. So appreciate it if you checked it out. Our main thing is we do actual plays of tabletop RPGs. We also have a couple of RPG discussion podcasts. And I think the last couple that have gone up, well, you found us here on YouTube. If you prefer audio versions of our actual plays or the RPG discussion podcasts, just search for Black Lodge Trivia Night wherever you get your audio, and hopefully we turn up there and, review, like, subscribe, whatever, all that stuff if you want. We appreciate it. If not, that's okay. And yeah, we'll be back with obviously some more Dark Souls 2. We've had some Cyberpunk Red going up on the actual plays. We're going to try and switch to a once-a-month schedule for some kind of RPG discussion podcast. We were sort of breaking it up differently, but I think Matt had a good point. Like, hey, maybe once a month we make that a regular thing. So we'll be upping that a little bit. So thanks again. Hope everybody's doing well, and take care.